Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Dr. Pratibha, and today I want to talk about how slowing down can expand our consciousness. Do you ever feel like if you slow down you will fall behind? Because everyone else is constantly doing something. They are achieving, they are posting, they are hustling, and even if you pass for a few seconds or few months or few days, it feels like you are losing some sort of invisible competition. Honestly, it's a good thing. Because when I slow down, something magical happened. I was able to make better decisions. I was able to focus on my work better, not just office work. I was able to observe that my intuition was stronger and my clarity was improved as well. And honestly, I felt more like myself because when I slowed down, I was able to observe what I'm feeling at the moment and honor that. We cannot always rush through things because we will lose the essence, the sweetness of the moment. We are living in the moment, but we are actually not in the moment. Most of us are always thinking about the next step, the next target, the next goal. It's all good. It's going to keep us moving towards that. It's good. But we are constantly living like that. We are not going to know what we feel in the moment. You don't have to quit your ambition, or you don't have to rush like everyone else. You can still achieve your ambition, but also be in touch with your inner self and how you're feeling in the present moment and actually enjoy the process. Not always thinking about the end goal, but actually enjoy the process. So I'm just going to help you through some of the practices and things that I do and my own experiences on how I slow down and how it helped me. So we will see all about that. We are not escaping life here. We are not quitting our ambitions here. We are just slowing down, teaching our nervous system to slow down and move through life differently. Even when we rest, we are always stimulated. And the problem isn't ambition. We all have to have something to look forward to. That is very essential part of life. But it is the unconscious speed. It is that autopilot mode that is actually not helping us. When we are always rushing through things, our awareness shrinks. So we will not be aware of our emotions. We will not be aware of other people's emotions, body language, anything. We cannot observe and reply. Like so many people are very, I'm sorry to say this, but so many people these days, they are not socially aware. And it's really concerning. Because when we are constantly rushing, we stop noticing our breath, our body, our thoughts, nature, and the energy of people around us. And honestly, we are much more capable than we think ourselves to be. We have so much power, untapped potential. We can easily read the energy of another person. We can easily, you know, telepathically connect with one another, but we are losing all of that human essence because we are always getting stimulated by the machines. And we live on autopilot. And autopilot cannot expand our consciousness. No, they cannot. For me, slowing down didn't look dramatic. It's not like a dramatic shift. And there are moments in my life where I feel overwhelmed or scattered. When I feel like that, I actually check in with myself. I just stop. I just pass. Not just for 1 hour or anything. I just pass for 5 minutes and just collect myself together, bring myself back together. I would just literally stop doing anything and I would just go out, observe nature, or I would just stop and close my eyes and take few long deep breaths. That's all I do. I just bring myself back to the present moment using my using my breath as an anchor. And sometimes I would just look outside the window and observe nature, birds and whatnot. I just observe nature because nature has so many messages and information and knowledge and wisdom. If you look around you, you will notice. Because whenever I feel like I need answers, or whenever I feel like I need something to, you know, inspire me, I just look at and observe nature. It has all the answers. You just have to have the eyes to observe it. Take away the lessons. Because nature moves slowly, if you observe it. And when we observe the nature, our mind also mirrors the slowness. So we automatically become mindful when we observe nature. So that is the easiest way to become mindful in your daily life. Observe nature. When I do this, suddenly I wasn't in my racing mind anymore. I just become calm, just present. Sometimes I would just dance, just move through that nasty energy or whatever heavy energy that I'm feeling. I just move my body. Because moving your body is actually a way to improve your, not just your overall mood, but your frustration, your anger, any kind of negative emotions that you're feeling in your body. If you move your body, it will be released. So you don't stay in that energy all the time. You don't suppress it, you just release it in a healthy way. And when I dance, and I feel my whole energy shift. So you can suddenly feel that energy shift when you dance or when you move your body. Just exercise, maybe. That is also moving your body, right? It's a wonderful way to shift your energy. When I dance, I come back into the present moment. And that presence, that's where our consciousness expands. And through all the experience, I have realized consciousness doesn't expand when we are always rushing. It doesn't expand through speed. It expands through awareness, and awareness only happens when you slow down. And I have already, talked about it in another video. Because when you slow down, you notice your thoughts instead of becoming those thoughts. You respond to life instead of reacting. You feel your emotions instead of suppressing them. You make aligned decisions instead of hasty or impulsive decisions that's going to impact your life. Speed creates reaction. Slowness creates observation. And observation creates wisdom. And wisdom is power, my friend. To move through this culture, this kind of constantly comparing yourself to others, this constant hustle culture that if you're not doing something, you're not productive, blah, 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 all this, you know, culture that we are being forced into. Since all of us have jobs, we have responsibilities, family, we have ambitions, all of that is there. And in order to reach them, in order to, live a very happy life, we have to have these timelines. And there is those timelines, okay? I'm not denying that. I usually set a time limit for doing a task. We all do this, but we cannot always, achieve that time limit, right? That is realistic. That depends on the task, you can set the time. I usually do set at least 10 minutes to focus on one single task. I don't think about the next task that I want to do. I just open the tab and open whatever it is in front of me and focus on the task, get it done. And whatever I can get it done in 10 minutes, I will do that. And just pass again. Whatever time limit you set, just focus on single task for 10 minutes first. It's going to feel difficult in the beginning. Then after 10 minutes, see how efficiently you have done the task in 10 minutes. So if you work like that for 30 minutes, just imagine how efficiently you would work. And when you do it repeatedly, your brain gets sharper and you will be getting more things done in limited time. You don't have to rush in that 10 minutes. I'm not asking you to rush and complete the task in 10 minutes. So, most of our stress comes from this constant rushed transitions. So, we are not giving break between one task and the other. So, all we have to do is create a pass. Because if you do this, if you pass every time you're transitioning from one task to another, you are training your nervous system to not live in urgency. Your nervous system will be regulated better, and you will know when to stop and when to rush. And sometimes rush is necessary. I'm not denying that. But we cannot always rush. That is going to put our mind and body at risk. That is not sustainable. When I feel mentally overstimulated, I don't force myself to be productive. All I do is move. I just move my body. I just walk. Because when you move your body, your mind is also moving. So your mind responds to your body. Both are interconnected. Hustle culture is always going to be like do more to become more. Okay, it's always going to be like that. But slowing down has taught me be more aware to become more powerful, more efficient. So when you slow down, your ideas will be better. Your thoughts will be more stable. Your energy is going to reflect that stableness. Slowing down didn't make me lazy. It made me very intentional about whatever that I do in my life. And that's a huge difference. Because consciousness doesn't grow in chaos, it grows in the presence. And presence begins when you decide to slow down. I have regulated my nervous system so much so that I can literally trust my intuition like it's from God itself. That's how my intuition has become stronger. Just create passes in your day to day life and document your experience and how you feel when you do this every single day. And notice the difference and let me know in the comment section because it has totally transformed my life and I want you to experience that too. See you all in another video. Bye.